What's up everyone, Darcblade here, returning with my 100% sync guide for Assassin's Creed 3, where I take a look at the story missions and try to get 100% synchronization on them. I tend to focus on the harder missions, but occasionally I will do an easy one. Anyway, in this episode we're going to be taking a look at a mission found in Sequence 6 called The Angry Chef. In this mission, you're supposed to defend the angry chef, Stefan, as he goes about town in sort of like a little bit of a hissy fit. Anyway, in this mission, to obtain 100% synchronization, you'll be given 3 additional objectives. The first is to limit the amount of time you are in open conflict to under 15 seconds. The second is to limit the amount of health that Stefan loses, making sure that he doesn't drop below 50%. And lastly, you're supposed to get 5 low-profile assassination kills. Now, the route that Stefan takes means that you'll come across numerous red coat groups, normally a patrol of 2 just standing there. Here you can always get at least 1 low profile assassination and then quickly finish off the second one who you couldn't necessarily get an assassination on with open combat, but as long as you keep it within under 15 seconds to kill that person. Now, the open conflict timer will reset after combat has ended, so you don't have to worry about limiting the overall time you have spent in combat. You don't have to actually worry about getting into open combat in this section. Like I said, you do have 15 seconds, but do try to finish off the enemies as quickly as possible. Now here you can see I'm approaching another group of redcoats, and as always, try to start the combat before they start the combat. That way you're able to get a low profile assassination, at least 1, maybe even more. Now, I found it always beneficial for you to incite the combat rather than waiting for the redcoats to start it. That way you can get your low profile assassinations, but you can also protect Stefan from actually taking hardly any damage at all. I found it more beneficial to stay a few steps ahead of Stefan, keeping an eye on where he possibly might go. Also, if there are any red dots coming up soon, I try to take them down as quickly as possible before Stefan even gets to them. Just be careful not to get too far ahead of Stefan, because you can desync yourself accidentally by getting ahead of him. So turn the camera around and keep an eye on him and make sure you don't get too far ahead. Now, you are able to pull off double assassinations if you can get into the right position. I almost pulled it off here, but unfortunately his mate saw me, so I was only able to get 1 low profile kill there. Don't worry if you fear you're not going to get the low profile kills because you are running out of enemies. There are a lot of groups in this little route that Stefan takes, so there's more than enough opportunities to get 5 low profile kills. Now here I accidentally messed up. I accidentally sprinted there, which didn't actually count as a low profile assassination, which is a shame. One tip for open combat is that if the enemy is focused on Stefan, then you can easily assassinate them, pull out your sword and stab them in the back, and it should kill them in 1 hit. Now, one way you can end combat quickly is to remember that you do have firearms. Using the pistol will normally end combat a lot quicker than just relying on the sword if the enemy is focused solely on you. Although saying that, you do have to be a little bit cautious of the enemy types, because the normal enemy type will be able to be taken down with a pistol bullet pretty easy, but the brutes not so much. You should also try to remember to take advantage of the environment you're fighting in. Here you're able to perform certain moves, like here, kicking them into a tree, that will take enemies down a bit quicker. You can also see now that I have actually completed the 3rd additional objective of to get 5 low profile assassinations. There is still 1 more British redcoat group to go, so you can see there is room for error when getting the low profile assassinations. Now, a big tip I can give you is to replay the mission, simple as. You don't have to necessarily complete all the additional objectives on your first playthrough. Go through it once, learn the route that Stefan takes, then go back, replay it, and then focus on getting all the additional objectives completed. This is the final group of British redcoats you have to actually take out before the mission is completed, so as soon as you finish them off, you should pretty much know if you've completed all the additional objectives and got 100% synchronization on the Angry Chef mission. Now lastly, remember that you have to get all these constraints done in 1 playthrough of this mission in order to get the 100% synchronization overall. Anyway, I've been Darcblade, bringing you my 100% sync guide in Assassin's Creed 3. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.